Hello students, this is a class for BA part first. We are doing essays. Today we will take up Recollections of Childhood written by Richard Steele. Richard Steele is a is an 17th century and 18th century writer. He is broadly known for his essays and he started some journals particularly in 1709, he started a magazine called Tatler with the help of Joseph Addison, whose essay you have already read, Meditations in Westminster Abbey, and it continued till January 1711. And then, in conjunction with Joseph Addison, he brought out one more journal which was very popular in their time, the Spectator. And then they followed Guardian, in which Joseph Addison, Barkerley, and Alexander Pope also contributed. And in this manner, we remember Richard Steele for his essays. This one, as you can assume from the title, is a very interesting essay, Recollections of Childhood. Let us make a summary of the essay. Uh, the author begins by telling that there are two types of men. In first place, there are men given to excessive pomp and show. The main delight, main happiness of such men is showing off everything that is there in their lives. Psychologists call such men extrovert, बहिर्मुखी जिसको कहते हैं. They do not wish to catch the public eye. Probably we may not find friends like the old ones, so some sages have thought it very pious, very sacred, very pure to preserve a certain respect for the dead friends. For the maturer people, the most pleasing entertainment is recollection of their gloomy moments, their sad moments. It is almost necessary to revive old places of sorrow in their memory. It makes us sober, it makes us thoughtful. Whenever we are in a sad mood, the most pleasing entertainment is to recollect those joyful days which we spent in the company of our playmates, our friends. It is a boon of nature that after a passage of time, the acuteness of our pains and sufferings vanishes. We forget things in life. For men, mostly given to pleasures, it is necessary to keep the balance of the mind by remembering the old places of sorrow and bereavement. Recollections of childhood keep us the proper balance of our heart and make it throb properly without quickening or retarding its beats. Means, if you want to keep your heart beats proper, then you have to be in touch with your childhood friends, your childhood memories. Steele recollects the incident of the death of his father. This was his first scene of sorrow. He was only 5 years old at that time. He was rather amazed what all the house meant. His mother caught him in his arm and told him that his father was no more with them. Steele was so small at that time that he was not able to understand. But the mind in childhood is very sensitive, and the impressions that we receive in such age become permanent in our minds. The impression that Steele received in his childhood were permanently fixed upon his memory. Old men are better able to remember things which happen in their early youth than those which occur in later years. Steele is able to recall the occurrences in his childhood. Uh, every object that comes to our memory produces different passions, different emotions according to their nature and circumstances. Gallant man, powerful, strong man who did fight in the battle produce in their mind the feelings of veneration rather than pity. When we consider the sufferings of innocent people and children, our hearts are filled with pity, our hearts are filled with compassion. The death of Steele's beloved was unexpected and untimely, he says. He gives his recollections of his first love. His beloved was extremely beautiful and she was very innocent also, and she died very premature. She was in her full bloom. Only a few days before her death, Steele met her, dressed very beautifully for a ball. Ball is actually a dance uh, platform where people gather. And then this beautiful lady died suddenly and unexpectedly. Even in his later life, Steele could see her in his imagination. He was often haunted by her smiling face. So, these are actually the impacts of our memories that remain forever in our minds. Then, Steele regards death as very cruel. It makes no distinction between the bold, the haughty, the ambitious people, the humble people, the innocent people, and finally, he says that death should show some kindness to the meek and noble people, and in this manner, he ends his essay. Thank you very much. If you find any kind of problem in understanding of this passage, this essay, you can write your queries to my WhatsApp number. Thank you very much. That's all for today.